Duty prevails. Never doubt me.
The turret was placed in a great hurry, but the Technomant never had the chance to activate it.
Faith shields me!
I am at your service. This wound will make a fine scar.
Ministration is a holy task.
Let's patch you up.
Blessed be the hand of the healer.
The insurgents walked in a crowd right across the mine barrier, seemingly oblivion to the fear of death. So we'll just need more traps set in.
Change is coming. The edge is nigh.
The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target! Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive! Hold back!
May knowledge be thy fate.
The man dressed in crimson should not have survived an explosion like that. However, he's alive. You hear the wheezing of the respirator that covers half of his face.
Not another step. Flee, for I am death.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine? Ugh, blast it!
I am rogue trader Nethys von Valencius. I mean you know ill.
I identify you as a member of a high stratum belonging to Rogue Trader House von Valancius. I am detecting no need for confrontation. The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no longer functional. Therefore, I propose that we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers.
How did you manage to kill off a slew of people and blow up the sacred machine without even laying a finger on it?
This was my doing.
The voices are being weird about him. They're saying garbled, conflicting things. Like they're talking about completely different people. But he's not a threat to you. Even if that's a bit hard to believe after all the fireworks.
Who are you?
I identify as Magus Pascal Haneman of the priesthood of Mars. By the grace of the Omnissiah, I am currently assigned to the maintenance personnel of the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17.
Altar Templum Calixis. I have heard the name before. The station appears on House Orcelio's star charts in the Furibundus system, not far from the void colony of Footfall. You have traveled a long way to come here, esteemed Magos.
You do not even know how you caused such an explosion?
The Omnissiah granted me a revelation. The spirit of this machine was dying, but it wished to perform a service, for such was its design. I sensed this and appealed to it. I do not know how I did it. I merely followed my intuition. The understanding granted by the Omnissiah was not permanent. It has left me.
Why do you wish to see the governor?
I came here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagus Amonat, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his call. But the rabble's unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor Medina to determine my mentor's current location. My escort was ordered by their commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task.
You must be quite devoted to your mentor to be willing to wade into this mess for him.
Cessation of vital functions is an unavoidable phenomenon, and therefore an insignificant one. The doctrine of worship repudiates the fear of death. With my mentor's words, the Omnissiah gives me the algorithm for redemption and triumphant service. I will be redeemed, and I will triumph.
Well, I invite you to join my retinue then.
Acknowledged. Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation.
I'll chart a course for you.
Acquisition is possible.
The entire procession of cargo servitors were destroyed by gunfire, and not a single one of them attempted to flee.
The future is never certain.
Cast your eye there.
Every one of the dead have their eyes ruthlessly burned. In violation of the right of operation, the shuttle Prometheum tanks have been abandoned and left open. Someone interrupted the fueling sacrament.
It is my destiny to traverse the unknown.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Alert, profane violation of the algorithm.
So shall it be.
My success success is an irrefutable certainty.
Run, fools, or fall!
I will take you down!
As the Emperor commands, I act. Rejoice in battle! Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer. Eradicated. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Me? Face the Navigator's might. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Not this Scryer's job. On it. No can do.
High momentum.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
Indeed. I took care of this one.
Carry the Emperor's will as your torch. What deeds await us?
The upper extends across the wide bridge which is suspended high above the rolling waters of the river below. The bridge is densely packed with imposing and ostentatious buildings designed for flatter the vanity of the local elite. The mansion must have been damaged by explosion or the large shell. You can still see some of its former luxury within. A young man in planetary guard uniform salutes you. Your Lordship, Private Camille Regis, ready to escort you to the command center for your meeting with the governor. I regret to say that the convoy sent to meet you was ambushed and took critical losses in heavy fighting against the rebels. In other words, I'm the only survivor. However, the rebel force was destroyed as well. We can set out for the command center. The success to failure ratio of combat objective completion of this world's military speaks to its subpar efficiency. I will advise the local ruler to seek my fraternity's aid in upgrading the troops to serve to this maniples. Your uniform looks odd on you, soldier. It have to belongs to someone else. Apologies, your lordship. The soldier draws himself up and goes to adjust his gear. It's a new uniform. The guards are in a difficult situation right now, so we often get issued whatever's left, and it's always the right. It isn't always the right size. Your mouth is full of mud, soldier. Are you hiding something behind beaming hues of faith and loyalty? What is it? The soldier gulps nervously under the stern gaze of Cassian's ruby eyes. Fear, I guess. In times like these, if you give to the weakness, you've done for, and I'm not done with my life just yet. Idra winces, glances at you, then shakes her head. So how did you make it out alive, if your entire convoy perished? The Emperor protected me, the soldier replies with confidence. I didn't run, your lordship, if that's what you're thinking. I was by my commander's side until the very end. I shot the last rebel from the gang that attacked us. But alas, the captain succumbed to his wounds, and the other had already died. The Emperor rests their souls. Irina winces, glances at you, then shakes her head. What can you tell me about the insurgency? The ungrateful rabble rose in rebellion against the planet's lawful government and his lordship Caligos Winterscale, our ruler by the will of the Emperor. They are all heretics, deserving of the most terrible death. Order will be restored, the guilty will be punished. Okay, enough. Let's go to the command center. Yes, your lordship, we have to take the avenue. It leads from the space starport right to the command center. It's a short walk. Something large and heavy plunged down the entire width of the street. You can only guess what could have caused such damage.
I go where the whispers lead.
The temple lower collapsed onto the pavement and is blocking the way. It would take days to clear the rubble.
The whispers told me a secret.
The temple door does not bulge. It may be blocked by rubble from the other side.
I've never wandered so much before.
Operation successful.
The shuttle must be what crashed into the building and destroyed a part of the street.
Locomotives are fully operational.
There are traces of a recent battle everywhere, including bodies in planetary guard uniforms.
Over.
The soldiers' bodies. The young man cites the remains of my squad. Once they put down the rebellion, they be given the last honors they deserve as soldiers fallen in righteous battle. The battlefield looks highly suspicious. Half of your comrades never even had a chance to draw the weapon, and the direction of their shots as well. The attackers knew exactly what path the group would take and how large it would be. The enemy is smart and cunning. Perhaps they were watching us. I must report this to the governor. Aim your weapon at the private. Too many parts of your story fail to add up. I'm beginning to wonder if you're a traitor. I swear, your lordship, I may have gotten a few things mixed up from the inexperience, and that's why they don't add up. Please, let's walk to the governor's command center. I must carry out my orders. Once we get there, you can have intelligence run a check on me if you wish. I'm a loyal soldier, and that's the truth. Do not believe him, Lord Captain. Pale green is seeping from his every word, and I know the scholar of the seat well. I once mistook Felix's words, so humble and full of sweetness, for sincerity. In truth, they were poison. In times of war, it's better to execute an innocent than to have mole in our ranks. Blast you scum! Aurora will get all of you, get you all the same. Aurora and the final dawn. Traitor. Knew it's too suspicious.
Hey, what's that?
You are in the presence of House of...
What advice do you seek?
Ready for data input. The machine gun grants me insight.
Light of terror, guide our way. The sooner we start.
Pamphlets and booklets are strewn around the Dormant's cogitator, imploring the reader to devote their life to serving the Emperor in the ranks of the Astra Militarum. Errand rubbish lies scattered between the secrets covered in stone dust, old programs, faded tickets, and full scrap of unknown origin.
The whispers are getting louder.
Show them no mercy.
If I may? I am a navigator, not a servitor. If only that were possible.
You don't frighten me!
Isn't this a job for as duty demands? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do it. I will endure. I refuse. That is not the Emperor's will.
I will do my duty. Victory is imminent.
Is a prayer.
High momentum.
What is this foreboding? Anything else?
Deliver us!
Oh no. Not hitting myself, guys. It's not acceptable. Come on. Come you, fella. All those cats, honestly. Loving.
These ruby flashes are choking me.
Okay, now. Honestly. Come on. What's happening to the kitties? Flying around. Oh yeah. Come on, give me a feetsies. That's my nose. Is that time for cuddles now? I don't think it is it?
Cover me! Be gone!
As the tactical imperative dictates. natural prognosis is favorable. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Running binary override.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. Isn't this a job for the serfs? Try to die with grace, at least. Do not dare ask. I'm afraid not. That is foolishness. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Request approved. My vow is to serve.
Doing.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
A tactically sound approach.
No, not a mistake. Doesn't suffice now.
I know what is to come. I'm not so sure. That is not my destiny.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Doing cut. Bloody weirdo.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Go on. Oh.
Guided by faith! will not. As the Emperor commands, I act. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Doubt is for the weak.
At your beck and call.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I am his will made manifest. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I refuse. I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. This is unacceptable.
But of course.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Farewell.
High momentum.
I better myself through my service.
Errant rubbish lies scattered between the seats covered in stone dust, old programs, faded tickets and food scraps of unknown origin. Success is measured in blood, yours and your enemies. The food in the stalls covered by a thick layer of stone dust. It was all abandoned in a hurry.
Say no more.
O Messiah, grant me the wisdom to perceive.
shall guide your vessel and lead you on your way.
The numerous pumps, compressors and other machines are trumping away on the lower level of the Great Bridge.
Onward!
The mobile charging station chatter and crackle. The piercing sound is easily distinguishable even in the surrounding turmoil.
Don't you dare to cross us!
Crush him!
I am a navigator, not a... Witness the fury of House Orcelio.
Love the ability. And that.
Rejoice in battle! None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
There's some people still alive.
My place is at the fore.
Super.
Advancing. Request approved. Martyrdom is a reward.
Emperor, give me strength.
High momentum.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands, I act.
Fuck's sake.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. It will be done.
Nice.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
My side is true and my... A powerful explosion destroyed a large part of the bridge, both above and below. Could someone still be alive in there?
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
From your vantage point, it does not seem like this lavish mansion has been damaged by explosion, but you cannot enter. Something is blocking the entrance from the inside.
The light of terror shines for us.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Activating
Over
motive
there.
force reserves.
Duty prevails.
Attention, on order by the planet lawful governor to prevent recurring rebellions, all planetary guard patrols are to be doubled, all conspiration and instigators will be harshly punished.
The world is full of colors I have never seen before.
More enemies to face judgment. We are truly blessed this day.
Let the blood flow!
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Really?
Guided by faith. I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
Miss.
Will do. Not this scryer's job. Do you see that? Was that you? Or...
Me? Isn't this a job for the serfs?
As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. The Omniscient.
Just a minor setback.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. I will do my duty. That's not the Seneschal's job. One fewer target.
will endure.
Momentum.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. Each is a prayer. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated. Each strike is a prayer. I will not. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen.
Anything else?
My faith shields me.
Help me, Lord Captain!
How dare you?
I have read tomes of military tactics. If I may,
My vow is to serve. Request approved. Reading damage to bulk. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Why did I not foresee this?
A tactically sound approach. Victory in fact took care of this one.
The fountain merry murmurs seems to mock the surrounding chaos and desolation.
Join me in prayer. never doubt me.
Calculating optimal route. Damage is negligible. This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
This master-crafted patella augment is not fit for a servitor.
On this journey across the world, caught in the throats of heretical insurgency, the Lord Captain accidentally witnessed an unholy rite that transpired in one of the maintenance room of an aqueduct. This abandoned nook turned out to be heretics' gathering place for performing their grim and profane acts. The large groups of rebels stood frozen in patient anticipation, all staring into the center of the room. No one moved, only the murmur of hushed voices echoes against the metal walls. Lord Captain ran a cursory glance over the room, assessing the situation. The rebels were unremarkable in appearance. They were dressed in the shabby clothes of abject rabble, spoke in coerced voices and had repulsive faces. But what caught the Lord Captain's attention was the look of strange, almost sinister anticipation in their eyes. This was no gathering of loud blasphemers or bored idlers. Only occasionally would they exchange brief, untangible remarks. As they stood in frozen circle, the gaze turned towards the hulking structure in the center of the room. Bulky power transformers, cogitators, crates and voxcasters took up most of the space. Against the background, the structure in the center stood out oddly, an enormous lens mounted on a stand. It caught the thin sunbeams that made their way through slits in the ceiling and crossed the half-lit room. The Lord Captain peered into the darkness enveloping the room. All the barely visible behind the closest rank of insurgents, the rustled barrels with evidently flammable contents had not escaped the Lord Captain's keen eye. One good shot at those barrels would decimate the number of heretics on the Raycard miners. He observed what was happening next. As if accommodated by the grim unseen force, the insurgents fell silent at once, and in a single movement parted. A thick, sticky silence filled the room. The heretics' gaze were turned toward the metal structure with a lens on top of it. Standing tall in the middle of the circle of melted candles, piles of books and unholy symbols drawn on the floor. The structure flashed as the single sunny sun ray illuminated it. A sound of bare feet broke the sinister silence as a man emerged from the deep shadow. Reeling, he entered the circle and collapsed on his knees in front of the enormous lens. Not a second had passed before many rebels' hands gripped the fallen man's shoulders and hair. Remember, comrade, the last sun ray you behold will be yours only, shared with no one else, your hoary final dawn. Bellowed alone a heretic's voice amidst the silent crowd. By the doing of someone's hands, the lens had turned, and its focused ray feasted on the prisoner's eyes. The blinded man's harrowed scream shook the very walls of the place. Consumed by the rite, the rebels had not yet noticed the stranger in their midst. The log captain braced himself and charged bravely into battle to crush the enemy.
Here we go again.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Faith without deeds is worthless. God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
My place is at the fore. I'm not interested. Someone else can do this. It will be done. Reduced to dust! At your beck and call. Indeed.
Will do. Be gone! But of course. On it.
You don't frighten me! Rejoice in battle! Doubt is for the weak.
Was that you? Or... Will do.
Request approved. My vow is to serve. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
Will endure.
I am a navigator. The navigator's might. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Victory is imminent. Brace yourself, Abelard. At your beck and call. That's not the Seneschal's job. It will be done. None fewer time. Follow my lead.
What is this foreboding? But of course. On it. Anything else? I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury!
I'll do it. Eradicated.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Request approved.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged!
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I'd rather not. I will do my duty. Someone else can do this. Forth on Valencius! That's not the Seneschal's job. Victory is imminent.
Cover me!
Activate calculated fury algorithm. Running binary code. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
My soul shall become like fire.
Isn't this a job as duty demands?
At your beck and call. It will be done.
See? Right there. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. I am his will made manifest. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
I'll chart a course for you.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. Let me help.
Injuries will not slow me.
Message from the cache of Rikard miners. A Harbinger reports Brothers Twilight and his people were unsuccessful. A dangerous enemy, Nethys von Valencius, foiled his plans. The duty is now upon us, Aurora followers, to succeed where Twilight failed.
Searching is my observance.
I better myself through my service.
The cognitator screen reads access code required. Breach the cognitator defenses. The machine spirit looks favorably upon you. You overcome the cognitator's defenses. A message archive loads up. Judging by the accompanying notes, the message were meticulously transferred from paper to the sacred machine storage. Go to missives. New missive. Heed the words of the Harbinger of Aurora. Let it be known. Let it be known to you that the prophesied hour is night, and the faithful must triple their efforts. Those who stand in the way of salvation must be swept away. Let it be revealed to you that the enemy is about to receive reinforcements. Remember the name Thanatis von Valentius. His ship has already entered the system. We should expect this enemy to appear near our position. Whoever rids our comrades of this threat will be granted our special blessing, a chance to stand at the prophet's side when the hour comes. Be vigilant. Let the final dawn come. New missive. Aurora Hamburger wish you to know, comrades, that the Von Valencia ship is heading for the navigator stations. You've got time to prepare a warm welcome for the enemy. New missive. Von Valencia's ship has set off for Reichert Filia. We pray that our comrades there manage to vanquish Aurora's enemy on their own. But you must anticipate the worst and do everything to make sure Von Valencia's pass definitely ends on Reichert Minus. Go to dispatches. Tell the Harbingers we've intercepted a convoy of the Governor underlings who was supported to meet that Von Valencia's bloke. Only one out of the whole convoy got away, but he's not long for this world. No one's making it to the governor's hole, not that youngster or the ones he's supposed to meet. Our comrades have got their hands on a guard Voxcaster, and these fools have no clue we can hear all that comes. We know their every movement, and we are going to throw them a fine welcome party. Aurora must have no doubts that we'll do whatever it takes to stop her enemies. Let the final dawns come. The markings on this Voxcaster clearly indicates that it belongs to a planetary warden. There are visible traces on board the device. Aurora Sermon. It's coming, it's drawing ever nearer. Heed the words of Aurora, abandon all of the mundane affairs. Ambition is but dust, desire is but rust upon the metal of the soul. The final dawn is coming, it will put an end to all worldly vanities.
Operation successful.
The heretic used the abhorrent power for this lens to ruin the eyes of the most devout followers of the cult. Failed on 95%. The ritual site is covered in anonymous heretical symbols, each of which is unmistakably emanating the malevolent power of the warp.
So shall it be.
Nothing escapes my sight. Pay attention.
These enormous humming transformers must be part of a single and much larger mechanism that supplies power to the whole hive.
The Emperor favors me today. Duty prevails. See? Right there. Never doubt me. Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay. I better myself through my service. Duty prevails.
The machine god grants the insight.
Rebel soldiers and ordinary workers, everyone perish under the rubble of the ruined bridge and building.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
How can one find the right way without his light?
The Whispers told me a secret. A premonition runs true.
You feel a slight pickling sensation at the back of your head. The body between the worlds has grown so thin here that you can feel breeze coming from the other side. The voices belong to many residents of the lower levels, merged into a single humming noise, unnerving and oppressive, much like surrounding catacombs. Toxic flow of a murky liquid comes from the higher levels via ancient rusty pipes.
If I could see the golden light of the Astronomicon as you see it, Cassia, I would probably go still forever, unable to take my eyes off the radiance of the Emperor for an instant.
I think you would manage. You have different hues of light within you. Gold, silver, and crimson. One of them would call you back to this world.
The Whispers told me how.
You hear shrill, baleful giggling coming from behind you, and it's getting louder, but there is no one there.
The auditory hallucination problem troubling this unit can be rectified.
Let me guess. It involves the... There's no need, really. My burden suddenly doesn't seem so heavy.
Over.
I will deliver furious retribution!
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Your fire trajectory is suboptimal.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Pain cleanses the body.
These ruby flashes are choking me.
Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. Each strike is a prayer. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Reduced to dust! Indeed. It will be done. I've suffered worse.
If only that were possible. At least.
Was that you? Or...
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do my duty. It will be done. I took care of this one. I'm not interested. I'd rather not. Ah! Pain and duty go hand in hand.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Running binary function successfully terminated.
Guided by faith. Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. What is a praise?
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Victory is imminent.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do it. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. For you, my Emperor! As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. I refuse.
If I may?
Faith without deeds is worthless.
There is movement in the Empyrean.
A tactically sound approach. That's not the Seneschal's job. Someone else can do this.
High momentum. Advancing.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Let's patch you up.
Ministration is a holy task.
Reduced to dust!
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Oh, my faith shields me!
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. It will be done. I took care of this one. I will do my duty. Indeed.
Rejoice in battle! Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
It will be done. Reduced to dust!
that I wanted.
Emperor, give me strength. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Faith without
The filthy excuse for a table is smeared with someone's dinner, consisting of alg and cop scratch.
Knowledge is eternal. Litany of reconnaissance recited.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Whatever you wish.
Executing request.
I'll guide your vessel and lead you on your way.
Carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
My warp sight reveals something.
The Emperor favors me today.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Blessed be the road
My
that we
Auspex
take.
has detected something. Anathema observed. Commencing purgation protocol.
I will take you down.
My vow is to the Omnisire condemns you.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. It's why I was chosen!
But of course. Will do.
Let us see what I found.
Flesh is weak, yet iron knows no pain.
If I may, another foe painted black. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Integrity factor increased. Running binaric override.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
Be careful not to cross my gaze. I'm not accustomed to it with grace, at least.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful.
Follow my lead. I'd rather not. At your beck and call. One fewer target.
Guided by faith.
I know what is to come. Anything else? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I will endure.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Isn't this a job for me? If I may.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Explorers know one route. Forward. The scriptural prognosis is favorable. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all.
I will do my duty. Target well struck. It will be done. At your beck and call. We'll rule the stars themselves. It will be done. My place is at the fore. I'm not interested. That's not the Seneschal's job. Indeed.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury! I'll do it. Faith without deed is worthless. Strife is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do it.
Cover me! Was that you? Be gone!
I'm a member.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. Isn't this a job? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
It will be done. Someone else can do this.
From the ashes I will rise!
What is this foreboding?
Emperor, give me strength. Do not dare ask.
System shutdown is premature.
Blessed be the hand of the healer.
My vow is to serve.
At your beck and call. It will be done. I'm not interested. I will do my duty. Reduced to dust.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart!
But of course.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
It will be done. Indeed.
Guided by faith!
I've never felt pain like this. Anything else?
Anything worthy of my attention?
Look no further. This wound will make a fine scar.
Just in time.
Let's proceed.
I go where the whispers lead.
The sooner we start.
Someone had the misfortune of resting here when the physics explosion.
Quiet. They're trying to tell me something.
The anti-aircraft battery control panel has a panoply of mysterious levers and buttons. Deactivating it quickly is not an option. You can blow it up, destroying it completely. Destroy it. Demolition test exists. The blast consumed the engine's weapon. The sky above the city is safe and flying again.
The world is full of colors I have never seen before.
The ruined weapon radiates intense heat, and an oily puddle given off caustic stench spreads across the pavement. To go in fucking...
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
The premonition runs true.
The shuttle must have been shot out of the sky for a powerful weapon before it crashed into the building and fell onto the once crowded street.
Onward!
Fight heresy, serve or fight the purpose, safeguard humanoid domination, dominion.
Locomotives are fully operational.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
See? Right there. Never doubt me. Cast your eye there. Duty prevails. The Emperor favors me today. Never doubt me. I better myself through my service. Duty prevails.
Clearly oblivious to your presence, the soldier musters incoherently and does not react to anything around him. So,
I've never wondered so much before.
Nothing escapes my sight. Carry the Emperor's will as your torch. Pay attention.
It is my destiny to traverse the unknown.
The machine god grants me insight.
I'll chart a course for you.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
Some 10 people, children among them, are huddling together in fear. You see that half of them have black holes where their eyes used to be. Some maintain a gloomy silence, others are wailing. Several armed insurgencies are carefully watching over the terrified hostages, snapping every now and then at someone for shaking too much or crying too loudly. Come to your senses, Arlit. Look at what you're doing to your own family. A woman of about 60, grey-haired but still strong, is kneeling before the stocky man with a thick, pure white beard, stretched her arms towards him. Take pity on us, let us go. Stop talking and embrace redemption. Our children have gained true sight while you still believe the lie. Upon seeing you, the man points his weapon at you. The other insurgents do the same. Who are you and why are you here? Look what your fear has done to you. I see my past self in you, broken, humiliated, cloaked in disgrace. Is that how you wish to be remembered by the Emperor's servants? But all I wanted was to save. The man drops his weapon and covers his face with his hands in desperation. You hear several short sobs. There is no washing the blood from our hands, but you could at least let us go, Arlet, the ones you haven't mutilated yet. The old man gestures to the other insurgents, who lowers the weapons. Then he shifts his gaze upon you, trying to hold back tears. What happens to us now? Your family will be taken care of. As for you, I condemn you to death. The old man's body falls to the ground. As soon as the hostages see it, they start moving faster and soon they disappear around the bend. Jump up at your hive's nearest Asmaritarium Mobile Construction Center.
Cast your eye there. The Emperor favors me today.
The cover was haphazardly assembled from whatever the rebels could find. Goods in the store are stacked constantly to the rest of the nearby shops. The jars are labeled all-purpose synth powder, fills you up no matter what. Made in the best factories.
Marching on.
Litany of reconnaissance recited.
Formidable shells for large caliber weapons are being stored right in the command center. A solitary young tech priest is offering ceaseless praise at the machine spare of the command center.
Say no more.
The hive chains are used to adjust the height of the command platform. Height of the platform. The cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the one next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced, not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals with prayers to the Omishai adorn its surface. One of the sides panels has been removed. Bundles of gold notches cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected by a short while ago. The screen reads, awaiting access code. It's for access. You have bypassed the security layers. The cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets. Go to Sacred Compactation 782-5-M. Upon Logis Abel's orders, the archives of every Augustation on Rykard Manus and 2 primary satellites of Rykard star have been quarried. Said satellites are named Magos Maruf and Zaferith the Keen, after 2 great champions of faith. Those external cogitators were placed inside the satellites' cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation required by the Logis is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation results positive, multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ship moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred Augur's eyes. The first of the ship is thought to have arrived 2 Rykard minor cycles ago early in the winter. The most recent one arrived a month ago. Logis Abel's conclusion: the insurrection on the planet has been long in the making, with the participation of external factors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the Riken system, the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. The subsequent ship movement can be attributed to the weapon deliveries. But what is the nature of the activity near Riken Philia? Governor Meditech attention must be drawn to the final entry concept absurdly. Go to recent observations. The satellite Magos Maruf reports that the ship has transferred into the system. Its signature is consistent with the records of the flagship of the rogue trader dynasty, House von Valencius. The satellite Safaris the Keen reports that the ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship had sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent control areas of the surface of Rakan Minus. Another transmission was directed to the planetoid Rakan Philia. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. The content could not be deciphered. Go to Investigated. The entry contains planet side coordinates marked as Heavy Argus Station jamming, possibly a hidden insurgent base. The heavy hum of this massive container runs down the metal walls of the bunker, filling the entire command center. The tall, dark-skinned man turns towards you and greets you in a curl, military manner. Face lies Raikadi et ab Medinech af Coronus, governor of the star system. Welcome to my temporary headquarters. The man's gaze falls on Abelard, his eyes slightly narrow. Where's Serene? Abelard nods dryly. Governor Medirech, my greetings. The governor's expression changes drastically when he sees Cassia. Lady Navigator, was an honor. I thought that's how Rossilia would grace our world with a visit. I only wish I could have received you under different circumstances. Cassia purses her lips, and an echo of grief knocks the wind out of the present. How is Rossilia grateful for the support that you have provided to Urak 5 these many years? I'm not seeing the convoy I'd sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that's so, I promise you the punishment will be swift and severe. The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldiers turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me. That is an outrage. I will have the personal vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be ground for arrest. Your Lordship, before we proceed with discussion of the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of the House of Valencius. I have received no word of her demise. How is that you, now the rogue trader? My esteemed predecessors died at the hands of the cultists. May the Emperor incinerate their souls. The governor frowns and deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue trader von Valencius? Slayed? Unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your lordship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. I need fresh crew to replace those killed in the attack of the ship, and I need material compensation. The governor bows his head in acceptance. Of course, your lordship, you will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally that your ship holds are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserves. Abelard nods in approval and remarks quietly, "Excellent, your lordship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants. However, I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do until we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duply punished by their heretical scheming." I'm confident that you will crush the insurrection soon. My own impression has been the exact opposite. Is that so? The governor maintains his composure. I'd like to hear your reasoning. start, the insurgents managed to steal a Voxcaster. They've been listening to your people's communications. It's not much, quite something. I will order an audit of our equipment and see if that our communication channels are more closely monitored going forward. However, it was only accidental success on an otherwise disorganized mob of heretics who have no understanding of the art of war. The insurgents are using the arch-enemy artifacts and enchanted lenses to perform unholy sorcery. I've heard about these lenses. What makes you think they are enchanted? Any fool can light a fire with a magnifying glass. That's no sorcery. The insurgents talks about final dawn, the impending demise of the world. Yet another superstition. Surely you don't expect me to believe it. Well, scores of crazy people with scorched eyes are stuck in the city. The insurgents are mimicking their own. Good. Maiming. You ought to leave your bunker more often, Governor Medinech. I have only recently arrived in the system. I already know much about the uprising, more than uprising than you do. Governor Medinech hesitates before answering, his face slowly turning purple with anger. Your lordship, he grits out through his teeth. I know who you are. I have heard of you, exploits, and I will not allow a stranger, let alone another rock trader, to speak to me in such a manner and make demands of a subject of his lordship Caligos Winterscale. He takes a breath and continues in a calmer tone. The matter is closed, let us speak of no more of it. My kinsman Kundrag Vodkvir von Valencius has betrayed our dynasty and the Imperium. If he is hiding in the system, I want him handed over to me. Vodkvir is a traitor. Why, any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two. Naturally, will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, the governor pauses to think. We have a cogitator here at the command center. It's connected to the data crypt from Logis Abel Sanctum. It aggregated all the Lex Mechanic reports. Unfortunately, to ask prayer for this unknown is unknown to me. If you manage to convince the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Conrad movements. At hazards, he fled from you on a ship, not a pair of wings. Henrings van Kalox, the interrogator of the Most Holy Inquisition, is operating your system. Do you know where he is? The governor lowered his voice. I do. Master van Kalox has left for the hallowed electrodynamic conobium. It is the ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, insurgents' activity has been observed in the monastery vicinity. But I suppose that's too petty of a problem for an agent of the Most Holy Inquisition. Besides, I have already sent small detachment of reinforcements there. The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master Van Kalax, you should go to the Conobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Note of anxiety creeps into the voice that ruffles the Pascal's vox. On behalf of the Priestess of Mars, I, Magos Henuman, am officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and assure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate traps. It deemed it optimal that an ordained magos should provide his assistance. I categorically object, the governor clenches his fist. As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have my own hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the omniscient servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in the same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city defense forces. Medina and Pascal glare at each other, their undying gazes like crossed swords. The Magus is part of my retinue. You have no right to give him orders. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that no. The governor's voice dies down in a low growl of a drilling mechandendrite. Its tip is directed straight at the bridge of his nose. Medinek clears his throat and grumbles stubbornly. So this is the negotiation technique you have resorted to. Do you think this is the first time I have been threatened by a weapon? No, but this could be your last. Pascal's voice is akin to the sound provided by his drilling implement. Steady and calm, but ready to explode at moment notice with crunching of bone and the squinching of tearing flesh. I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? The governor mutters through his teeth. Absolutely so, Magos. Why are you so determined to get to the monastery? Is it just because of the relic? It is why I came to visit this world. I am expected there. Well, it would be my pleasure to assist the Omnishach servant in reaching the sanctum. You will owe me later. Thank you for your cooperation, your lordship. The drill stops. As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magos Henuman, officially undertake to accompany you in the Raycat system in your role of bodyguard and to protect you at all costs until your life function cease, but only within the limits of the Raycat system. You are Henuman. Glad you are alive. The governor raises his eyebrows and stares at the tech priest in surprise, but refrains from further commentary. Pascal, what is so special about the relic and Conobium? What is in there that has drawn the attention of interrogator of the Inquisition? I have never been there before, but I would presume that the sacred relic of the Rakta is capable of great destruction should it end up in heretic hands. The fury of the freed machine spirit, once released from the sacred circuit, will destroy everything around them. The degree of damage inflicted may render the world of Raycat miners uninhabitable. Heresy must be purged from those blessed halls. I declare any desecration who defiles the relic power of a Category 3 blasphemia deserving of immediate execution. What has perplexed you about my companion's name? The governor looks at Pascal with curiosity. According to the reports we've received, Logis Abel Henuman set off for the hallowed electrodynamic Conombium a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you are safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master Van Kalox. Pascal Vox rasped in confusion. My name is Pascal Henuman, not Abel. I know nothing of such person. Where can I get more information on this individual? I would have suggested that you inspect the esteemed Logis Sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to the cogitators at the command post. They might provide with some information. It is amazing that a mechanical voice from the Vox can sound so confused. That name might have been used as a signal intelligible only to its intended recipient. In that case, its bearer might be Archmagos Amaranth, initiating an investigation and data collection procedure. Idira tenses up and listens, then turns around sharply to face Pascal. I can hear my friend Snide whispers through the door. Be careful on your search, Magos. If you stare into a sheltered mirror for too long, you should see yourself in it, in every shard at once. Mending is much more of a tainted affair than a new reflection is death-like. What do you know about the Apple Governor? I've never met him in person, but his team Logis supervised the work of Raycat miners' Lex mechanics for many years. However, he rarely left his cyber chapel, and I never had an honor of making him his acquaintance. A true anchorite. Why did he fly to the monastery? That seems suspicious. When a Logis of the Adeptus Machinux wants to go somewhere, he don't ask why, your lordship. I see. Glad to be of service. Well, that's all I wanted to discuss. Another level up.
should I divine our next step? On it.
The painfully thin precipice turns sharply towards you. The sudden movement makes his chromed argumentics briefly clang. His grey eyes set under furrowed brows almost blend into the pale skin of his face, and his levels you with a heavy tower stare. Identification: Unit Logis Quartz Crane. Official trade representative of the Exploration Cognizant Fleet. The unit supervises supply routes in the Riken system, ensures the security of the combat arsenal, performs commercial transactions and secure mutually beneficial contracts. When the tech priest notices Pascal, his eye widens. His Vokju unit immediately lets out a string of screeching Binharik, tortuously long tirade in which the volumes rises and falls seemingly at random. When it is finally over, the Omniscia servants bow his head in deference. Unit Quartz Crane requests permission to transfer information. The rock trader possesses a supreme degree of power, the potential to influence the current leadership, the ability to restore order in the Riken system. Pascal, what is that? A detailed complaint. I recommend you consider Unit Quartz Crane request to transfer information. Permission transfer information granted. What do you wish to tell me? The tech priest says sharply and coldly. Haphazard and careless decision on the part of the Riken miners' governor have led to an unacceptable consequence. Communication with the Adeptus Mechanicus Sanctum has been lost. Troops must be sent to the hallowed electrodynamic Connebium without delay. Restoring communication with the Electro Priest and ensuring the Sanctum security are our top priorities. You are the head of Rock Trader Dynasty. Your position enables you to extend influence. The Tech Priest pauses for a moment. And pressure on a subject of the Imperium. Unit Quartz Crane requests assistance. The action of Governor Fiscal Rankadi ab Mendiech af Coronus must be influenced. Demand that troops be sent to the holy monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I observe that this world authorities lack diligence in the performance of their duties. The statement is true. United in their deductions and brimming with righteous criticism, the pair is read, exchange knowing nods. I will discuss with the governor. Unit Quartz Crane is grateful. The rock trader is highly likely to successfully influence the future action of this local authority. You are an explorer, aren't you? What are you doing here? Retrieving archivized data. Over 70 Terran years ago, the governor of Riken miners and an authorized representative of the Explorator Cognitive Fleet made an agreement. Its goal was mutual benefit through cooperation. Until Logic Quartz Crane is the fleet-appointed trade agent, the unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal and the combat machinery. Blessed are the armorers, for there can be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for those is no end to the darkness without them. The Omniscia servant exchanged short Binharik mantras filled with intimidating solemnity. What is the Cognizance fleet doing in the Riken system? The Cognizance fleet represents the Riken system is negligible presence As research activities in the system have been concluded, a limited presence is maintained for the purpose of logistical support, fulfillment of vows to maintain the Omniscia creation's spiritual oversight. Do you know anything about the tech priest Abel Hanuman? Unit Quartz claim has no previous communication with Unit Able. No memory sector contains other data related to this query. Various resources and data storage devices of interest have been extracted to the station army of Riker miners for preservation purposes. The command center currently holds a cognitator that was used by the Unit Able. Appeal to the cognitive spirits for the further information. The priest quotes Krami claims you have not been doing enough to ensure the safety of Adeptus Mechanicus monastery. With a heavy sigh, the governor wearily covers his face with his hand. Of course he does. The tech priest is very insistent. I ordered the squad to be dispatched to the Holy Convent of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They haven't been heard from yet. I'm afraid this is all I can do under the present circumstances. I don't have a single soldier to spare here in the capital. Go to Lodge's private archive resulty. Log is able at deterrence. I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neutral harness of the vows. I'm registrating an impulse of change. I summarize a potential influence of the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the circle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omnisha, though Logis Abel is the curse of this determination, has been recorded verbatim. Logis Abel is seeking an audience with the Venerable Dar Impulse 6, who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the Governor Palace for a shuttle flight to the electrodynamic columbium. A message has also been sent to the Formobis system. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize the words. The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Fundrobi system. It was me. Omnisha, grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery.
I'll guide your vessel and lead you on your way.